Okay, back to the presets for the last time, and we're going into Pixet 3 this time. Now we're going to start with results mode. Now normally when you get to the results table after scoring a competition, you get shown the individual scores for individual images. But there is an alternative to this, and that's a group. Now group will display a table showing the authors' names rather than the titles, and will show a score for each author, which represents the total score of all the images that that person entered into the competition. Now this option often goes with the load sort order we looked at earlier, the load sort order of club sort. And you may remember when we were talking about club sort that this was often used for club battles. And what happened there was that the author's name was replaced with the club name, and then when we did a sort order we got a club 1, club 2, club 3, club 1, club 2, club 3 order. But then when we'd scored the images and got to the results, if we put this on group, we found that it had added up all the scores for each particular club and put them in order on the table. Well, we're just going to see how this works. So we're going to put a load sort order of club sort and a results mode of group, and we'll apply that to Pixet 3. We'll just exit that back to desktop. Now in this folder here I've got some images ready for this competition, and if you look at these you can see that we've got 3 by John Smith, we got 3 by June Jackson, and we got 3 by Terry Francis. And of course that could be a club name in there. This could be 3 clubs if we wanted it to be. Now we're going to put them into Pixet 3, and I've got the shortcut from the disk here. We'll open that up and that will open up Pixet 3, and it's empty at the moment, so we'll just copy these, Control C, and we'll come over here and we'll paste them into Pixet 3 folder, and there they are. So we can close this down now, open up the program, and we can load them. And you can see here under Pixet 3 it tells us we've got 9 images in there. So we'll go along here and we'll click load, and it's processing down the bottom, complete, and we've now got our display order. And you can see it's brought it out in a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 order. So we've got Terry Francis, John Smith, June Jackson, and then the same again, Francis, Smith, Jackson, and then the same again, Francis, Smith, Jackson. And that's fine. So we'll key R to return, and we're running Pixet 3, and we'll judge, J to judge, and we'll run through very quickly and we'll score these. So 12, 1, 2, enter. I won't bother to hold any back because I want to get through to the results table and show you what that looks like. 18, 1, 8, enter. 12, 1, 2, enter. 16, 1, 6, enter. 11, 1, 2, enter. 14, 1, 4, enter. Ooh, don't like that one much. Give that 9. 9, enter. And there we go. We've now got to the results table, and as you can see, in place of the title here we've now got the group, which could have been a club, but we just had individual authors' names. And we got June Jackson one with 43 points. It's added all the points together. Now you've also got different information up the top here to what we've seen before, and it tells us to click a group name to select images. So let's click June Jackson, and we get our little green marker as we've seen before, and it then tells us to key enter to view the first image and spacebar to view subsequent images. So we'll hit enter, and we see that's the first image that was submitted by June Jackson, and if we go through the spacebar we'll get the other 2 images submitted by June Jackson. And when we get to the last one it'll go back to the results table. Now if we do want to see the individual results for the individual images, we can just key enter, and again it says that up here, key enter to view analysis. Now I'm just going to key enter without any of the groups here being selected, and you can see here the individual scores for the individual images. And as with the main results table, at the top there it tells us that you can key X to save and print these out. But we won't worry about that, we're just going to key enter to return to this table. Okay, back to the presets. So R to reset, Y for yes. And we go down here to pick set 3, presets yes. Now the next thing we need to look at is the results league save. Now ICPro has its own built-in spreadsheet where you can keep and update on a league table basis the results for a whole season of competitions. But we're going into that in some detail in another tutorial, so we'll just leave that here, and for now we'll leave the results league save on no. Next we got the results show author. Now for this one we'd be better off looking at one of the other pick sets which we've scored individually. So let's have a look at pick set 1. I'll go into the presets there, and here we are, results show author. Now as you've seen in the past, when we get to the results table we generally just get the title with no authors' names. But we can alter that here if we so wish. No places is the default, so no authors' names, but you can have the top 3 places with a title and the author name, or the top 5 places, or the top 10, or indeed every title can have the author's name against it. And we've got another one here called reveal. Well, let's just have a look at this one first, 3 places. We'll apply that to pick set 1, and as you can see pick set 1 has already been scored, so we'll click 1 and it will tell us it's been scored already, and we key enter and it brings up the table, and you can now see that the top 3 places have got the author's name against them. So we come out of that, reset yes, and back into the presets, and I'm now going to put this results show author on reveal. We apply that to pick set 1. We go back into pick set 1 and we'll key enter to bring up the results, and this is the normal table without any authors' names. But what we can do now is if we click on one of these, let's say Here Lies Jack, and select it, we've now got another bit of information along the top here which says we can key N to reveal the author's name. So I'm going to key N, and there we go, we now got the author's name for that image. And we can do that to any image we want. We want Dungeness, select it, key N, and we get the author's name up for Dungeness. Okay, R to reset, we come out of that, and once again back into the presets, and we're now on the bottom line here, and the first one is max image size. Now this width and height should be set to the same as the width and height of the resolution of your projector. When displaying images, ICPro always checks the size of each image to ensure it's no bigger than the size set here. And if it is, it will automatically be resized to fit the screen. But as I've said before in an earlier tutorial, the resize algorithm in ICPro is pretty average, so any major resizing will probably result in a loss of quality. And it's far better to ensure that entrants know what the maximum size for competition entries is, and they get it right before submitting their images. And the very last item here is colour space. Now this is one for the purists. Most Camera Club members will not only be completely in the dark about colour space, but probably won't want to know about it anyway. But there are some people out there who take note of such things. So where ICPro is concerned, the default is the industry standard of sRGB, And that's what you will get from images taken with most of the little compact cameras these days. But if you want a recommendation, I would say leave it on sRGB and just forget about this option. And that brings to an end our series of tutorials on customizing the software using presets.